Yo, what's up, guys? It's Noah here. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's Monday NFL games for the wild card weekend, I guess you could say. This is the final day of the wild card games. We got two games on Monday. We were supposed to have just one game on Monday, but that Steelers and Bills game that was going to be played on Sunday got moved to Monday. So we got two games today, and I did want to give you guys some props that I did like from these two NFL games. I do have a prop that I like from each game. So we're going to talk through each one of these two plays, share why I like them. Before we do get started, though, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. And I do also want to shout out Sleeper because we have a partnership with Sleeper as well. And if you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can download the Sleeper app either on your App Store or Google Play Store. If you have an iPhone or an Android, they do have an app for both. Download the Sleeper app, make a deposit, and when you use that promo code NOAH, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500 over on Sleeper. So check out Sleeper if you guys have not yet. If you don't know what Sleeper is, they're an app similar to Prizepicks. They're similar to a lot of the DFS pick'em apps you see around the industry. Sleeper, very easy, simple to use. You're just picking more or less over or under on player projections. Sleeper does offer a multiplier payout system. So what that means is each prop that they have on their board, you'll see like a multiplier, whether it's you take the over or the under. For example, the prop might have like a 1.8x multiplier on the over, and then maybe like a 1.7x multiplier on the under. But there's different props you can take. Like there's props that offer higher payouts. So like with NFL, you can take like touchdown props for players. Some of those will have like 3-4x multipliers. Sleeper does offer a lot of the major sports like NFL, NBA, NHL. You can mix and match sports on Sleeper, and you can win up to 100x your money. So if you guys want to check out Sleeper, again, sign up, make a deposit, and use that promo code NOAH. You'll get your first deposit matched up to $500 over on Sleeper when you use that promo code. But let's talk through the two props I do like for these two Monday NFL games. I do want to recap our two plays from Sunday. We did give out two props for the Sunday NFL games. Unfortunately, we did not hit both of our plays for Sunday. Only one of the two plays we gave out hit. We did hit the over on Jordan Love's fantasy score. Jordan Love had a really good game, threw for like 270 yards, I want to say, 3 touchdowns. Cashed his fantasy score relatively easily. Unfortunately, though, we did not hit the over on Jared Goff's fantasy score. Goff, he threw for like 270 yards, I want to say. He had a big game in terms of yards, but wasn't really able to get there with touchdowns. He only had one passing touchdown. I think he wound up finishing like 2 fantasy points short. So we needed we either needed like another touchdown from him, or we needed him to throw for like 50 more yards to go over his fantasy score, which, with how the game played out, the Lions, they were running the ball a lot in the second half. Goff didn't really have the chance to do much through the air in the second half, and it kind of killed our chance of cashing that over, which is tough because I really wanted to cash another 2-pick after we hit on Saturday. But we got 2 more plays to give out for Monday's games, and hopefully we can bounce back and hit both these plays for Monday night. So for the first prop I like, we're going to start off first in the Bills and Steelers game. We're going to look at a receptions prop in this game, and we're going to talk about Dalton Kincaid, 3.5 receptions. I like the over here for Kincaid. So Kincaid, he's had a pretty good role this season for the Bills. We saw Kincaid have some really big games while Dawson Knox was out, and Kincaid was being used as pretty much like an every down tight end when Knox was out. He was playing like 70 to anywhere from like 70 to 90% of snaps in the games that they didn't have Dawson Knox. But even with Dawson Knox back over their last 5 games, you've still seen Kincaid play 78%, 49%, 42%, 55%, and 55% of the snaps. So he's still been on the field a decent amount, and he's still a guy that, when he's on the field, he's going to be out there running routes and catching passes. Kincaid, he's not much of a pass blocker. Like when he's out there, they're going to use him as a receiver. And you've seen the last few games, like the volume's been solid for Kincaid. Last 2 games, 7, 8 targets. Did only have 2 targets in that game against the Chargers. Did only have 2 targets in that game against Dallas. But for the season, Kincaid has been someone that has typically averaged around 5-6 targets per game. And right now, the Bills don't have Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis has been ruled out for this game on Monday. So without Gabe Davis, I think we could see Dalton Kincaid even more involved in the passing game just because Gabe Davis, is one of their top receivers. Gabe Davis is not a guy that's going to demand like a ton of volume, but taking out Gabe Davis does open up more opportunity for all these other pass catchers. And if you look at the other receivers that the Bills have, like they don't really have any other super talented receivers behind Steph Diggs, just because basically behind Diggs and Davis, obviously there's no Davis. Without Gabe Davis, like you're probably going to see more playing time for like Shakir, Trent Sherfield, Deontay Hardy. Shakir, he has been able to kind of earn targets lately. He's had some good games lately, but like Trent Sherfield has not done much as a pass catcher this season. Deontay Hardy, he's more of like a return guy. Like he hasn't done much as a pass catcher. So I really think without Gabe Davis, you're just going to see more targets kind of for all these other guys, Kincaid, Steph Diggs, Dawson Knox. And I think Kincaid is one of the top pass catchers on this Bills team. He should really benefit here without Gabe Davis. And since this game did get moved to Monday, the weather in this game is still not going to be great. It was going to be terrible weather on Sunday. Like it was expected to be like crazy snow, really, really bad wind. Well, now that they've moved the game to Monday, there's still going to be some wind, but it looks like the wind is going to, be between like 15 miles per hour with gusts around 30 miles per hour. There's not really going to be much heavy snow now that they've moved the game to Monday. There still might be some light snow, some flurries, but those aren't really going to have much of an impact, I would think, on the passing game. And you did see when it was announced that the game was moved from Sunday to Monday, the total in this game was sitting at 34 and it went up to 38. So clearly there's an opportunity for more points to be scored in this game now that they aren't playing it on Sunday when they were supposed to play it. A lot of people were betting the over on this game after it was announced that they moved it to Monday. So I think, I don't expect these teams to go out there and just like air it out. I don't think this game's going to be a shootout by any means. But I think we'll still see both these teams be able to throw the ball. Like it's not like they're just going to have to run the ball every single play. I don't think the weather's going to be that bad. I don't think the wind's going to be that bad. And if you look at Dalton Kincaid this season, he is a receiver, a pass catcher that does get a lot of short targets. Like Dalton Kincaid does not run a ton of super deep routes. His ADOT this season, his average depth of target is 6 yards, which means on average he is being targeted 6 yards down the field. So he runs a lot of short, quick routes. Obviously, wind is not going to be much of an impact on short passes. It might impact longer passes, so, deep passes, but Kincaid's not going to run a ton of deep routes. He runs a lot of short, quick routes. And looking at some of the sports books around, a lot of sports books are favoring the over on this reception prop for Kincaid. DK Sportsbook has him minus 125 to go over. Pinnacle has Kincaid minus 141 to go over this receptions prop. So I like this play quite a bit. Dalton Kincaid, more than 3.5 receptions. That's going to be our first play for tonight's NFL games. And then the next play that I like from the Eagles and Buccaneers game, we're going to look at Devontae Smith. We're going to look at his receiving yards prop. And I like the over here for Devontae Smith, 66.5 receiving yards. Obviously the talk of this game with the Eagles, they're really injury depleted right now. I know Jalen Hurts has been banged up, but he's expected to play on Monday night. However, A.J. Brown has already been ruled out for this game. And since A.J. Brown has been on the Eagles, I don't think he has missed a game with the Eagles. So I believe this is A.J. Brown's first game out since he's been with the Eagles. Because I was trying to find some, I was trying to look and see like if Devontae Smith had played any games without A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith obviously played games without A.J. Brown like in his rookie year when A.J. Brown wasn't on the team. But over the last 2 seasons, that A.J. Brown has been with the Eagles. Pretty sure this is his first game missed, unless there was like a playoff game that he missed, but I don't think there was. But obviously without A.J. Brown, that's going to open up a lot of targets because A.J. Brown is a high volume receiver. He has a target share over 26% this season, I believe. Let me see. His target share this season is actually around 30%. So, A.J. Brown, he's a guy that averages like 8, 9, 10, close to 10 targets per game. So that's just going to be more opportunity for guys like Devontae Smith, for Dallas Goedert. And kind of similar to the Bills situation, like the Eagles, they don't really have a ton of other pass catchers behind, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, other receivers, I should say, that really soak up a lot of targets, that are going to earn a lot of targets. Because you look at the other receivers they have, Quez Watkins, Olamide Zaccheaus, Julio Jones, like none of these guys are high volume receivers. None of these guys project to see more than like 4 or 5 targets at most. So I think this could definitely be a game where Devontae Smith gets really peppered with targets. I could see like 9 to 10 targets here. And the matchup is great against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have been a major pass funnel this season. The way you beat the Buccaneers has been through the air. If you look at their stats against the run and against the pass, the Bucs have been great against the run this season, and they have been terrible against the pass. In terms of like receiving yards allowed to opposing wide receivers, the Bucs are giving up the 4th most receiving yards to opposing wide receivers. They're top 10 in terms of receptions allowed to wide receivers. And I know I want to say teams have been throwing on the Bucs a lot this year. Like again, this is a Bucs team that has been like a major pass funnel this season. So the matchup here is really good for Devontae Smith. He projects to see plenty of volume without A.J. Brown. I know Jalen Hurts is coming into this game banged up, and maybe Jalen Hurts isn't himself in this game, and maybe that has an impact on Devontae Smith's outlook. But I'm expecting I'm expecting Jalen Hurts to be full go to play like his normal self. I mean, he's not even on the injury report, so if we're getting a fully healthy Jalen Hurts here with Devontae Smith without A.J. Brown, this could definitely be a big receiving yard game for Devontae Smith. I don't even mind if you want to take his over 5.5 receptions. But if you look like over his last few games, he's only gone over his receptions prop once, whereas his receiving yards he's gone over in 3 games. Devontae Smith is a guy that does have big play upside, so I don't think he has to get 6 catches to go over this receiving yard line. Like he could have like 4 catches and get 67 yards on 4 catches because he can catch some deep balls and stuff like that. And we know Jalen Hurts will throw deep balls. So I don't mind taking the over on 5.5 receptions either, but I think there's more value with the receiving yards. And if you look at a lot of sports books right now, DK Sportsbook, they have their receiving yard prop on Devontae Smith set at 68.5. Pinnacle has their line on Devontae Smith set at 69.5. So a lot of sports books out there have their receiving yards prop on Devontae Smith set, about 3-4 yards higher than what Prizepicks has. So I like taking the over on 66.5 receiving yards for Devontae Smith. You can get that over on Prizepicks. But that's what I'm liking for tonight's Monday Night Football games, or I shouldn't say Monday night because this Bills and Steelers game is in kind of the afternoon. But we got 2 games on Monday. Wanted to give you guys a couple props I liked, one from each game. I know we didn't cash our 2-pick entry that we gave out for Sunday. Goff came up just short of his fantasy score, which is tough. But we're back. We're gonna try and cash these 2 plays for a Monday, and hopefully you'll get some money on this slate. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if it did help, as always, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Hit that like button if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But that's all that I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on the slate. Enjoy your Monday night, and we'll see you guys in the next video.